Alright, welcome to Never Settle Garage Podcast. Welcome back to another episode. I'm James, that's Steven, that's Mouse, that's Chris. And we actually have a lot to talk about today.
We have a list.
Yeah, we have a lot of car stuff to talk about.
Right. Found a bunch of stuff on
because if you didn't know, this is a kind of a car podcast slash current
events. The last one was kind of stagnant. There wasn't really much to talk about.
Yeah, I know, and then everything happened this week. Nothing happened last week, but this week everything happened.
Absolutely. So a lot of things got revealed. I found a few things I didn't even know about. So
yeah, I found something this morning that I wasn't planning on talking about, and then I was like, oh, wait a minute.
Definitely. So, but yeah, how's everybody's week so far though? Good.
That's bueno.
Oh, good.
I'm old as fucking old as crap now. I almost messed it up already.
You already did. That's okay. We're not monetized yet. We just got to get better at it.
So. Yeah, we just got to practice.
Right, just practice makes perfect.
We got to set a timer for 2 minutes. We got to get a timer in the background countdown.
Older than...
We made it a whole 30 seconds.
Older than an oak tree now.
Older than an oak tree.
Older than an oak tree.
Those got layers.
The joke had layers.
Yeah.
All the layers?
I mean, if you like, you put a ring on it, right?
Stop
I've had so many because I like the trees.
Huh?
But.
Stop what? Huh? What'd you say?
I'm talking about the tree huggers, Chris.
Well, I mean, I do like them, so.
I can't fit my arms around a tree. They're short.
Too bad you're dating a wood elf.
Oh, no.
Oh, wood
She's
elf?
not made out of wood.
Like one of them little wood fairies.
I don't get splinters.
Lord of the Rings or something.
Anyway.
Look like a little pixie.
So the first thing we, I guess, put in our group chat, whatever. You posted something about the G70.
Oh yeah, the Genesis, Hyundai Genesis G70. What was it? Brake.
It's called the shooting brakes. Yeah.
It's that SUV. If you haven't seen it, go look it up. It actually looks really good.
It looks like it's like European looking almost type of thing. Which
almost looks like an older BMW wagon.
Yeah, like a modernized BMW wagon, which is really, really neat. So.
Yeah, and it comes with I think there's different options for all-wheel drive. There's like a turbo V8, like what they have in their sedans, which is pretty dope. And apparently it's not coming to the U.S. unless we can get a market for it. So everybody go blow it up on the U.S. so we.
Well,
can
considering eBay, whatever, this last week just initiated the ban of all aftermarket tuners to be sold on the platform, it's gonna be a little bit harder. So I'm pretty sure that G70's probably got, the emissions ratings of, diesel's essentially equivalent here. So.
Well, I mean, if it's got the same motor as the Genesis sedan.
Depends on what the tune they put on it, I guess. So.
It's making around the same power from what I read.
Oh, okay.
So I think it's the same. It's the same thing. It's just in a wagon.
Right, but also the Rancheros and Utes are two, about the same body style, but they're two different, bannings, so.
Yeah.
Depends on, I guess, what they would have for regulations, safety regulations.
Well, like with a lot of the Japanese cars, they got banned for their A-pillars.
Right.
So it could be something as simple as that.
Could be. I wonder if they'll actually have a US version then, but.
I hope so.
I'm a big fan of wagons. So
I love wagons.
I freaking love wagons, so.
Yeah,
especially like the old 80 Chevys wagons, the boxy styles.
Uh-huh.
Freaking love them. Absolutely love them.
I'm a big fan of the Volvo wagons.
Yep.
The what?
The Volvo wagons.
The what?
The Volvo wagons.
The Volvos.
The Volvo.
I said Volvo.
No, Volvo
Try
wagons.
saying Volvo 10 times as fast as you can.
No. You almost got me. You almost had me.
So something that I found, kind of along with the same importing things on it. Did you know that Ford came out with a new Falcon, right? The new body style Falcons, the 4 doors.
Yeah.
Well, there was an engine option that I didn't realize they came out with because it's not allowed here. But in Australia, they came out with a inline-6 turbo option of that new 4-door Falcon.
So like a Barra?
Basically, yeah. It was freaking cool. I didn't realize
Barra
that.
motors are sick.
Right, but it also came in, the Ford actually has a Ute style themselves that also has an inline-6 turbo. along with I guess the old Falcons, whatever, they made a retro one as well.
Oh yeah,
too.
because the old Falcons
Lot-
just come with a straight 6.
Right, but they did a straight 6 of that same motor in the other two vehicles there and recreated it as a modern style and whatnot. It's the boxy Falcons, which is so cool.
That's dope.
So I seen that today. I was like, holy crap! I didn't realize that option even existed. I guess so, but a remaking of the Buick Regal all over again. Grand National. That's what it is.
Yeah.
The remake of the Grand National. So it's like the modern version of it.
Well, I hope they come out with like an actual modern version of the Grand National.
I mean, they're not like extremely high horsepower or whatnot. I mean, they're still 550 horse to the wheels, whatever production, but that's still production.
Well, the G70 is only gonna have like 450-ish
Mm-hmm.
or whatever, I think.
Right. But those are. Did you see if the G70 was all-wheel drive at all?
Yeah, they have an all-wheel drive
It
option,
is an
just like their sedans.
So I wonder if they're kind of following suit of what Audi did with the what is that car? I showed it a couple weeks back.
The wagon.
Yeah, the Audi wagon. I
What
can't
is
even think what it's freaking
the
called
Avant.
now.
That's
The Avant, yes.
yeah.
The Audi Avant. Yeah, I wonder if that's the contender. to
Their
it,
rival
possibly.
to it or
Yeah.
whatever. It might be because Genesis is their luxury, Hyundai's luxury brand or whatever.
Right. So, cool. Cute. It'd be pretty neat to have the actual like wagon competition. Did you read the comments underneath that at all? The G70 posting?
I didn't read the comments, but I read the
There's
post.
a lot of people that are like, oh, they're not gonna bring it here because nobody likes wagons, whatever type deal. And like everybody underneath that thread, like 400 something comments, is like, what do you mean by that? We all want the wagons.
Right. I want the wagon.
We want the wagons to come back.
There's been so many people that have been like getting on the Avant wagon.
Yeah, I think that's
That's
very
the bandwagon.
Yeah, the
I wasn't gonna make that pun.
I'll make it for you.
But yeah, no, I think we can probably start seeing a wagon trend coming back
Oh,
because
yeah.
the Avant was released recently.
It's such a good platform.
Especially with the modern like edges and stuff of wagons, it just
Yeah.
they look good.
Yeah,
I
they
mean,
look.
what was the last like produced wagon that we actually like recognized? Wasn't it like the Magnum that came in the wagon?
Yeah.
I think that was the last
Yeah.
one that was actually like production, like popular. So
Those are crap.
That was like,
Oh, shoot, that's
well, they had the 5.7 Hemi in it or something
Yeah.
like that.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, SRT option.
they had the
right?
6.1.
They did have the
Yeah.
RT. Yeah, that's right.
Did you see the people that were swapping
That's
like the?
badass.
That was a cool car.
Did you see the people that were swapping like the newer Charger front ends on them?
Yeah.
Yes, I've seen
Those
that.
look good.
Definitely seen that. So
Yeah,
You
that's stuff.
That one guy that I think he's trying to make a. I want to say he's trying to make a Charger wagon or something.
Was it the blue one?
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's dope as fuck. I basically just took the front end of a Charger and just slapped the Magnum on the back of it.
the CTSV wagons, those were the
Yeah.
newest ones. I keep forgetting about those. Those are freaking. I love the body lines of those.
Yes.
So cool. 6
Yes,
liter.
if I was
freaking-
gonna have a CTSV, it's got to.
It has to be a wagon. Yeah, has to be.
Yes.
So especially I think it's got a rare look to it right now because of
Cadillac
wagon
just
things.
Cadillac just nails body lines just in general.
Well, I wonder if since
Well, except for their freaking like Escalades that just came out with the freaking 14-foot brake lights.
yeah,
like ridiculous. Yeah,
from literally the top of the all the way to the bumper.
Yep, basically.
You were talking to me about how you want some type of SUV, right?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, Jamie does for
Get a GMC AT4. Not the truck, the SUV.
GMC's been stepping up there
Yeah,
like
it's an
appearance games,
AT4 Yukon, dude. That shit's badass.
Yeah.
I saw one the other day on route. I was like, oh my god, this thing is beautiful.
Yeah. I like GMC.
I like them because I've seen some of them with the off-road bumpers.
Oh, you know how you're talking to me about how you were asking like what Chevy model has the SUV? Not the Equinox. It's the fuck. I
the
forgot.
Aztec.
No.
No, it's like the Yukon.
Freaking
It's like a GMC Yukon.
Traverse.
No,
Yes. Yes, that's what you're thinking of.
no, that
The-
doesn't
I
have
mean-
third row seating.
The newer Traverses are not
Yeah.
too bad. Or the
Yeah,
old ones
the
were
newer
kind of
one.
too boxy.
Oh yeah, the newer
No,
ones.
what's
have third row seating.
the Chevy's version of the Yukon?
The Traverse?
Yeah.
That's what they're called.
Yes.
The big ass Chevy
Yes.
SUVs.
Right, and then Dodge has the Durango,
Yeah.
which is their competitor to the SUV.
And the Jeep has.
Jeeps are just SUVs.
Has no
in
lag.
The Jeep has the Bronco. I mean.
I mean, basically.
Oh wait, that's Ford. I forgot.
Same.
Same.
I mean, speaking of Ford, they announced that they're going into F1.
When? Like this year's F1 or
I
like
think
in
next year.
future? Next
They're
year.
teaming up with Red Bull.
Okay, I can kind of
Red
see
Bull is
that.
gonna have Ford motors in it.
Interesting.
They just announced it. I just seen the TikTok for it earlier today.
I was looking at like the F1 cars have definitely changed over the years. But what's the like the full like body cars, whatever?
The stock cars?
Not stock cars. It's still an F1 type event, whatever. But they
What, the
don't
ones
look
they use
like
for the
F1
24
cars.
hours in Le Mans?
Yes, yeah, the Le Mans cars, whatever. Yeah. Are those like actually like a specific thing now, or are they? Because I thought F1 Le Mans whatever was F1 cars 24/7. I didn't. Realize
It's two separate
multiple-
things.
Yeah, I didn't realize there was two different cars involved too.
Yeah.
So I seen a lot of advertisement of that lately because of NASCAR related news obviously coming through and Jimmy Johnson being
Well, that
you know,
and
possible
Netflix picked
contender.
up F1, so.
Right, but Cadillac's version, or was it Cadillac?
Yeah,
Or-
Cadillac was coming out with a car to compete in the Le Mans.
Right, yeah, I've seen videos of that roll start stuff, whatever. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Those things are freaking nasty.
I'm looking
They
for
just
Chevy.
sound mean.
I'm looking for Chevy to end up doing it too, since everybody else is starting to do it.
Right, I'm wondering, yeah, I was gonna say, it wouldn't be long before we actually start seeing these, because especially with the electric technology coming in, they can actually do roll starts and whatnot. I think that's gonna say or make or break a lot of races.
Well, the American companies are finally starting to get back into racing, because for the longest,
Right, they were just on consumer side. I think Ken Block, passing whatever kind of helped that because it started triggering, a lot of people wanting to get back into racing. So I wonder if that's just part of the reason why Ford's like, you know what, we're gonna do this, whatever type
Yeah,
of thing.
Including
So
Frankie Muniz.
right, true, yes. There's a lot of big names.
yeah, he's competing in NASCAR.
Right. So I think with a lot of TV shows that we grew up with, whatever, people are following those type of people, and obviously you got to keep up with the market
Yeah.
demands, all that good stuff. So it's interesting to see what this next year will bring, and even 2024, who all's going to start popping into it because a lot of TV stars are getting into racing and whatnot.
Mhm.
I think it's like the people.
Well,
that are-
racing's becoming more popular now.
Well, I think it's because the possibility of racing dying is very, very realistic. That people are like, no, we like this sport, and finally getting back into the love of the sport in general. So. Would you mix it too much?
Yes.
I thought you said it wasn't that much.
It wasn't. It wasn't to start.
Well, while he's doing that, you want to talk about chickens?
Chickens.
Chicken.
Chickens. So, there was an egg shortage.
What about a Thunderbird?
Oh.
there was an egg shortage going on. And
Right.
nobody knew why. Purina is why. The feed
Well,
that they were feeding.
that's the conspiracy. Yes.
No, it's not even a conspiracy. They tested it. It's been proven because some farmers started switching food and they started producing eggs again.
Right. Because I heard it was Purina and
Well, they kind of monopolized.
Tractor Supply feeds.
Yeah, well,
were part
yeah,
of it.
they kind of monopolized the feeding. of the chicken.
Monopolized.
Okay, whatever the word is.
Monopolized?
Created a
That-
board.
You're welcome.
There's
Put
no
it in the
you.
dictionary.
Right. But
All the other words are made up. Why can't that one be?
no, like yeah.
But they switched food and now chickens are laying eggs again.
Right. I mean,
Yeah.
chicken should be free range anyway. So I mean, it's bug control. But,
Yeah, I just thought it was funny.
Yeah. No, it's definitely.
Well, not funny, but like it kind of made me laugh.
It's
a
an
little bit.
interesting topic to research and whatever of companies that are monopolized pretty hard. So
Yeah, they kind of
I
have
get
the
it.
grasp on the whole industry.
Mhm.
And
Well, yeah. I mean, especially with like car manufacturers and stuff, like everything's tied back to 2 or 3 manufacturers with a bunch of subdivisions, whatever,
Mhm.
of cars and all that good stuff, and it's no different than any other.
Yeah, because what Fiat Jeep, Dodge, Chrysler, I think Ferrari too.
I don't remember. It's been a while.
I don't think
But,
they
like,
were for-
I'm sure for,
I think
you
they
know-
might be happy partners or something, but I don't think they own Ferrari.
No, I think they own.
Well, it's a company under a company, so they're their own statues.
Yeah.
Um,
They might. I don't know.
I know Fiat is like not. They're like buying. They've been buying up brands for years.
Which is insane.
Yeah, and the thing is, it's Fiat. It's like they can't produce their own cars. They're just buying companies that do.
right. Oh, okay, yeah. So, so there's I don't know, like a lot of these images might be outdated and stuff.
Blah, blah, blah.
Whatever. Actually,
That's
tree.
dubstep.
Oh, are you looking at the family tree of the car manufacturer?
Right. I don't know. I'll have to actually look up this whatever type thing, but I mean, GM owns Buick, Cadillac, Chevy, GMC, Holden, Hummer, Opel, Pontiac, Saab, Saturn, Suzuki, Vauxhall, and Laua, Laua, somewhere in there. I don't know. It's got to be some type of European company, but they start branching off. Like GMC owns Fiat Group, which also owns
Oh, you're right.
Ferrari, Fiat,
Maserati.
yeah, Maserati,
Yeah, Maserati.
Stuff like that.
I said I thought
That
they
branches off to some other car brand manufacturers I've never even heard of before. So I mean, there got to be global companies. But when you break it down, GM also splits off to Honda and Hyundai, who owns Kia, Acura, all good
Yeah.
stuff. It splits off to Toyota. Toyota owns Hino, Lexus, Isuzu, Subaru, Scion, stuff like that. Chrysler has its own, split off. It also owns a part of Jeep in the minivan realm. Mitsubishi, Chrysler, minivan side. So I think a lot of different companies own within their own companies, kind of like spiring out basically.
Mhm.
I don't know how accurate that is, whatever, but I mean at one point obviously it was accurate enough to what they were doing. So obviously companies are buying. Ford has their different versions of cars across the waters and stuff like that that are not offered in the U.S. and all that good stuff. Holden obviously made the Caprice for the U.S. whatnot, but it's based off of their what's it called?
See, I always thought Holden was related to Ford.
No, Holden was I believe its own company. I mean, well, I'll have to do some research on the whatever, but I mean, it's very.
It's an
very
Australian
specific.
company, though.
Yeah, it's definitely an Australian company for sure.
Yeah.
So, I wonder if Holden actually has kind of like what Callaway to Chevy whatnot. I wonder if Holden has a separate aftermarket shop, whatever, that does up their cars and stuff too.
Kind of like Hennessy does with.
Yep, Hennessy,
Dodge.
Callaway, stuff
Yeah,
like that. Yeah.
Dodge.
What's Dodge? I don't know what Dodge is.
Hennessy usually does mostly Dodge.
Oh, okay.
No, they've been doing a lot of Ford Raptors and shit like that
Right.
too.
Well, they did the TRX.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
Right.
also did the Ford Raptor. They made a 6x6. They also did. I think they did a Mustang. No, they didn't do a Mustang. RGR's been doing.
Did you know there was a Mega Raptor?
Yes, I saw that.
That thing is freaking cool. It's a Raptor with a wide body kit from factory. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like
It's
a.
so
It's disgusting. It's cool,
It's
but it's
massive.
disgusting. It's just super.
It's
fucking
like
wide
a
for no
Raptor
reason.
6x6 basically. It's
Mhm.
freaking massive.
You're not parking anywhere. Steve.
I don't have to. I'll park on top of people.
I think what was the base starting?
When you got something like that, I think you just
200
pull up in the front and hit your hazards.
something stupid,
Yeah.
yeah.
Something stupid.
Yeah. And there's not many of them.
There's
made
no
better.
market for it.
Oh, absolutely not. Yeah, it's like 1.5 cars.
Yeah, it's one of those. It's one of those. I just want to flex.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Because the wheels are actually the same
Width
width
as
as
the
the
body
body kit.
wide
And the
body
body kit was like another foot or whatever outside the Raptor.
Yeah, it's like they
itself.
took
It
a,
was massive.
Fenders off of
Like
a
Dubai
Baja.
type stuff,
It's like they took
whatever.
a Baja truck fenders and
Yeah,
put it
pretty
on.
much.
Yeah, yeah, because it was sitting probably. I don't even know. I think it
I
has
don't
like
know why
an
you
18,
want it so
19
bad,
inch
dude.
clearance.
Just go get a freaking TRX.
I mean, it looks like they were like
Just go do
38s
it.
or 40s
Just
on them.
go do
Hey,
it.
the dealership in Champagne's got one, or
Just
Springfield.
go trade in your freaking truck.
The dealership in
I'll
Springfield
get
has
20
it.
grand for that.
So you only need to add another 50 or 60 to that.
I would have to literally get rid of both my vehicles.
No, I'll do it for $49.95. Spray foam. Well, I body your truck right now.
Pretty much.
I mean, if you can make it look good, sure.
Well, I mean, I'll make it look something.
Hey,
It'll look like a car-ish.
I'm sure we could get a TRX front end.
I'll even have the float option. There'll be enough styrofoam.
Wait, do you think the
underneath
TRX body, the front end, would just fit on his truck?
No.
there. No. God, no.
It's a different.
Two
body
different
style.
platforms in general. Like the frames are not even the same.
Mm.
Not even the same.
Mm.
So
I don't know what they do with them.
one's
I don't know
built
how
for
much they
independent
change.
suspension.
Yeah.
We could probably put a Ram Rebel front end on your truck.
That would be closer.
Yeah.
That would
might
definitely be
fit.
closer. Yep.
We'll get you the big grill that says Ram.
I mean,
Pretty
I'm
can
sure
just
you could
find that
probably
first truck
retrofit
without getting a Ram
any
Rebel.
bumper on it or front clip on it, but I mean, that's gonna be way more money than it's probably worth, to be honest. It'd be cool, but
You might as well buy one.
but
I'm just not a
Yeah.
fan of the projector headlights.
You want to update everybody on your progress on painting your car?
oh yeah,
Yeah, I ordered
we'll
everything I
be
need.
seeing that later today, actually. Hopefully,
What?
your car.
Yeah.
So,
I ordered everything I need.
Heck yeah.
It's all on Amazon. I mean, it'll be here sometime next week.
When are you expecting it? Oh, interview expectancy.
So, I'm going to get the base coat on next weekend.
You know, it was 45, 48 degrees this weekend, right?
I'm about a week late, dude.
Yeah, a little. We're gonna go back into the freezing temperatures next weekend.
Is it really?
Oh yeah,
I thought I was supposed to be warm all next week.
it should be dropping here pretty soon. They had a
Oh, no.
2 week. Is it actually supposed to be warm all week?
It says high at 32 on Saturday and high at 41 on Sunday. So
The
you
still
could
freezing.
beginning of the week.
you could risk putting a base coat on Sunday, but I wouldn't.
Yeah, I wouldn't. Not unless you have the freaking heater on for a good several hours, or whatever,
Yeah.
and get the car warm.
Get that
So-
shit toast.
Actually, bring the temperature up in the shop. That would be the only time I would think you'd be all right. Make sure you turn the heater off before you start spraying.
Turn the heater off before I start spraying, and
That's
then
not exactly good when
once
you have
I'm done spraying, turn it back on.
Right. Yep. It'd be a little bit of a fire event for sure. So
Well, yeah. Probably.
I mean, we're not using aerosol, or whatever. So I mean that's something, but
Oh, I'm debating on if I should order this water separator or not, because I've seen some people spray cars without them, and as long as you drain the tank right before you spray, you're fine. And I've seen people do it with it. And
I would do it just for protection, I guess, so it's not going through your gun to ruin the inside of your gun.
Yeah.
Especially if, since it's air powered, whatever, you're gonna get water in your paint, which is going to, if it's a lot, whatever, you're gonna liquefy that paint.
Yeah, it'll thin it out, but
Yeah.
at the same time, the type of paint that I'm using is like a water. It's not a water base, but like it.
It's not
the
a
guy
water
told me it wouldn't affect it, because I asked him, I was like, "Do I need a water separator to spray this kind of paint?" He's like,
I still would.
"He's like, I've seen people do it without, and I've seen people do it with, and as long as you did the prep work, he's like, and drain your tank right before you spray, he's like, I've seen it turn out fine."
Yeah, I would still do it on the side of caution, whatnot, and just
Because
put
I found a water
on it.
separator on Amazon for like $27.
Yeah, I would say they're not much, whatever. I mean,
No.
especially for that big of a preventative, whatever. Doing a separator would probably increase your
Yeah, it's just a
Base.
water to oil separator.
Yeah. Yep, I would definitely do that. Especially with the winter time and stuff too, when you're heating up the tank and condensation happening and stuff. I mean, you can drain the tank, but it's still, moisture does still get in there. So, I definitely recommend.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm still gonna try to spray next weekend. I don't give a fuck.
Do it. Definitely do it.
I also
I'll be out
ordered,
there. Hopefully.
I also ordered a shit ton of plastic that has like an edge that's taped. It already has tape on one of the edges, and you just kind of drape it down.
So I'm actually, when I do finally go out to that garage, I never even thought about it, but the guy that I bought my Caprice from down in Florida actually works for a dealership and a shop whatnot. And he actually has his own personal subscription for wiring schematics. And I was telling him my problems, last night, whatever. Completely forgot they even had access and stuff like that. I was like, there's got to be a common ground, whatever, that's shorted out or a wire burnt or something, whatever. And because it's before the BCM, but it's like in between BCM and trunk release and all other stuff. And I was like, it seems like there's a main power wire that's connected to all these, relays that are just being triggered all at once. And he was like, well, I mean, I have my own, Mitchell account type of thing, whatever. I'll look over this weekend and see, if I can get you schematics. I'm like, yeah, because I can't find them for free anywhere. And
Yeah.
he sends me 17 PDF files of the entire wiring schematic of the Caprice. I'm like, yes.
Those help a lot.
Oh, yes, they do.
You don't know how many times I've used those for headlights and taillights to figure
Yep.
out what wire goes to what.
The way the BCM is actually wired into these cars, it makes sense for being a cop car of how they and why they did it. But I was almost pretty much dead on whatever. There's two separate power inputs that go into the BCM. One goes directly to the door lock securities and everything like that, which is one main 12 constant. And
Yeah, that's the one
on.
that prevents the car from starting and all that stuff.
Right. But they also had another one go into the BCM, so that's why everything else works in my car. But the door lock securities, anti-theft, trunk releases, stuff
So
like
it's
that.
got to be that.
It's that line. Now I got to trace that wire. I know the colors and everything. I can trace that wire. My concern is that it's in the fuse box. So
You
and
have
it's
to
not
take
the
your
one
whole-
under the
you
hood.
have
That
to
one's
take your-
easy to
You
get
have to
to.
take your whole fuse box apart.
I probably have to take the dash out to get to the fuse box.
Oh, it's
because
the one in the dash?
It's in the kick panel of the Caprice. on
Because
the
the
driver's side.
Caprice has two, right? The one under the hood and the one in the...
It's got three actually.
Is there one in the back?
There's one in the trunk, yes. There's
Okay.
a whole other, fusing relays that are
Because
piggybacked off of that.
yeah, my Hyundai has two. It doesn't have three. It has two. It has the one under the hood, and then it has the one on the side of the dash.
Right. And it tech classifies it a fuse box, but it's only like a little freaking switch panel with like 4 fuses in it, but it's still a fuse box in the trunk.
Yeah.
But it's mainly for the main relay that comes back, because there's actually one dedicated power wire that runs to the back for the gun, safes and stuff like that they had in the trunk itself.
Mhm.
And the sirens, lights, all the stuff, it needed a secondary power wire to the back.
Yeah.
So it makes sense. But didn't realize how much wire was actually in that car until I started looking at it. So
Yeah, there's a lot. I looked at the one in my car and I was like, I really hope I never have to take the interior of this car apart.
if
And I really, what I'm praying is the time that I do have to do it, it's because I'm getting rid of
right.
everything because it's a full race car.
Well, it depends on like if I tear into it, and it is a wiring problem where I have to take the entire fuse box out and rewire the whole 9 yards. Depending on how, I guess, complicated it is to do a direct swap with a new fuse box and everything, it might actually be a good time to actually take the interior out, de-wire the car, and go full Holly. But then I would get rid of the transmission. So, it's like, do I really get rid of the 6L80 to go to a Turbo 400 or, 3-speed Power Glide or whatever type of thing?
Well, if you went to a Turbo 400, wouldn't you need the Magnum?
Mm-mm. No.
Would you swap it to a manual?
I mean, I could swap it to anything, to be honest.
You prefer an automatic though, right?
I prefer automatic for timing, yeah.
Yeah.
But, I mean, manual's not a, too far of an option because it does have the shifter option in the console.
Mm-hmm.
And plenty of people's already been doing manual.
Well, yeah, because most cars that come with the
transmissions.
options, it's already everything's already pre-cut. Like for all the automatic like Infinities,
Mhm.
the place for the slave that goes behind the pedal in the dash,
Right.
it's already cut. Oh yeah, it's just got grommets in it. You just pop them out and put your master in there, and you're
Right.
good.
Yeah, no, it should be pretty straightforward. It's just going to be taking 100-something pounds of wire out of the car. So I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of features in the car that I don't need ever type thing. Like I'm not going to put lights on it. The spotlight is already gone, so I can take stuff out for that. The wheeling, speaker system, whatever, for the sirens and stuff like that is all there. The controllers are there and stuff too, but the speaker's not. Like there's a lot of stuff I can just take out of the car to earn extra time, ET time. So hopefully, all I was 100 pounds is a tenth of a second and a quarter. So I mean, Yeah.
So I'm kind of curious what my car would do since I took out 200-pound fucking seats.
Yeah, it probably did pick up 2 tons.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the general rule is 100 pounds.
And I don't have any rear interior.
So
But I do have a roll bar, so.
what else?
It's done.
Possibly. What you got?
It's a funny story. So, okay, question.
Answer.
Did the Charger, like the body style before this one, the 0708, did it come in like a 4-cylinder?
Mm,
No, it came in a 6.
It came with 6, yeah.
Be positive.
I'm pretty
'Cause I
sure
heard a Charger that sounded like your car leaving the fucking mall yesterday.
it's a 6.
I'm pretty sure it only had 6
It
options.
sounded like fucking.
It comes with a.
It sounded like
It's
fucking.
a. It's a what? It's a 4-liter V6, right?
It's
It did not sound.
It's the same one that's in the Chrysler.
Yeah.
It's the 4-liter V6, right? Is it a 4-liter V6?
That's
don't
a
know,
Steven
dude.
question.
It
That's
sounded
that's
like
a Dodge.
butt.
Yeah.
It's, I don't know. I don't know
What was in your
that thing.
Challenger? Your V6? Was it a 4-liter?
Well, that was a newer model.
Yeah. Okay, but like, what was it? A 4-liter?
It was a 3.6.
A 3.6?
Yeah.
Okay. So it might have
that's
been.
what I thought. I thought the older Challengers and Chargers had the same, basically the same motor as my Buick. It's a 3.6.
Yeah. So it's a 3.6. I thought it was a 4.
Yeah,
Might have
it
sounded-
sounded like fucking ass.
Might have sounded like a 4-cylinder.
Well,
It sounded like shit,
The one they straight pipe and they sound like shit.
dude.
Probably missing a couple
It
cylinders.
sounded like ass.
They
Sound
probably
like
like
a- yeah.
The Grand
Well,
Caribbean.
here's the thing that.
Shut the fuck up!
I'm trying to explain something.
Here's
You need
go
your
ahead.
cup.
Go ahead. Explain it.
Okay, so here's the thing with those V6 guys is they don't understand when they straight pipe their car, they lose back pressure, which just creates more drone and makes them sound shittier.
I was just gonna tell a funny story. The class already knows that. They follow us for a reason. I don't think they're complete idiots.
Now they're a class. Are we a university?
Yeah.
Comment if you learned something, because NSG University, come to
No,
class.
it sounded like butt, and it looked like they tried to do paint correction on the car because it looked like it got smacked on the side, like on the passenger side. It looked like they tried to do paint correction, but there's just fucking smear marks just all over the side of his fucking car. You want to take off of it? I said, "What the fuck is that thing?" I said, "That is not a Charger. Chargers aren't supposed to make trumpet noises. They're supposed to go blah 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 blah." I heard them hauling dick down fucking
Yeah, their
Prospect. Is fucking
their
insane.
V6s sound like shit. When they
It sounded so bad, but he thought he was the coolest guy around.
Oh
It
yeah.
was funny as shit ever.
Why do you think I told Ashland's boyfriend not to get an exhaust for his V6 Challenger? I
Yeah.
said, do not put an exhaust on
Yeah, I
this.
remember that. That was all.
Yeah, I said, do not put an exhaust on this because you're not going to like how it sounds.
No, hell no. No,
And
I wonder if he
everybody-
actually did it.
And no, he hasn't.
He doesn't. Okay.
No.
Good.
Everybody
Good.
would make fun of you for it.
Oh
Like,
yeah, we
I-
told him we were gonna make fun of him.
I was like, a V6 Challenger's already funny, but when you put straight pipes on that bitch
right.
and it starts sounding like a shitty V6 like Japanese car,
Right. When I had my '98 Stratus, whatnot, I was gonna go straight pipe for a while, whatnot, but Dad suggested putting a muffler on it, and I was like, okay, cool. And this is what 18, 19 first car, and we ended up taking like it was kind of like a cherry bomb muffler, but it was a factory like 02 to 01 Grand Caravan muffler, and put it on there, and it actually sounded fairly good. It sounded like an actual like JDM car. It was pretty cool.
the only V6 that I've ever heard that sounded good was my Camry.
Really? Yeah.
Did not
It
sound
did not sound good.
What do you mean?
Did not sound good at all.
The Camry?
No, it didn't.
It wasn't accurate.
No, it didn't.
Hold on.
So no.
Wait a
He's
minute.
gonna pull up the one video after his dad just did an exhaust on it and it made pop noises and it never did it again.
That was really just the Cadillac converter just breaking down.
Yeah,
No.
pretty fucking much.
It sounded, dude, it sounded so good.
Yeah, that one time that you got on it. Every
Hold on.
other time it
Hold
sounded
on,
like a
hold on,
complete
hold on,
butthole.
hold on, hold on, hold on.
You got share with them.
I'm gonna show them in a minute. it
It's
didn't
not
have the rack.
terrible, yeah.
It doesn't. It's not terrible.
It
but
sounds better than most V6s.
Right, I mean,
before
yeah,
he
I will
tells
say
you,
that.
it sounded like that one time and one time only. It was right there.
It's not even on.
The red light should be blinking though.
Oh, it is.
Yep.
Okay. That thing sounded so good for a V6. Like, it makes me mad that my Infinity doesn't sound like that. Because my Infinity sounds way worse.
I mean, it was not terrible. It definitely, I mean, it had a blow off on it. I think I heard a blow off, didn't it?
No, no.
Was that factory then?
That's a factory Toyota V6 with resonators, catalytic converters,
Okay.
and just I think it was a Tomei muffler.
It was
Okay.
basically just the belt screaming, "Hey, hey, hey!"
It was a squeak after the rev. Yeah. It made it sound like a blow off. It was so cool.
Might have been, I don't know. That thing had 213,000 miles on it.
Also, another fun story. You can't add 2 cylinders to your V6 to make it a V8. Doesn't happen. I got asked that one time.
No.
Wait,
What?
What?
Who?
Tell me
This is old news.
Oh.
Steven knows about it.
I
So there's a friend of ours when we were living in
Is that
Carnegie.
why
He told
Alex
you.
was the
She had a V6
don't
Mustang.
remember.
She's like, I don't like the way it sounds. I want to make it sound better. How do I add 2 cylinders so it sounds like a V8? I was like, you can't do that.
You pulled the motor out. You put a real motor.
You put a fucking V8 in it. You don't just take 2 cylinders and you go, wham, slam it in there.
That's awful.
I said, what the fuck did you just say to me? She goes, how do I add 2 cylinders? I was like, that's not a thing, sweetheart. Yeah, buy a whole nother engine.
Hey, but wait, idea.
No.
No.
And it's not me saying it,
But
so
see,
you can't get mad.
if they could actually make an engine to where you could put how many, like it could be a 8-cylinder.
Rotary.
Yeah, rotaries you literally just
Yeah,
bolt.
rotaries are just bolt together.
Yeah, you
Doritos.
literally just bolt on as many as you want. Rotaries you just
You
bolt.
want a 4
What if you
rotor,
don't-
6 rotor,
what if-
24?
What if you don't want rotary?
Then you're fucked,
That's
dude.
the only option you
But
got.
I'm saying,
Well-
if they could make an engine that you could literally decide if you want a 4-cylinder, a 6-cylinder, an 8-cylinder, a 12-cylinder.
Chevy already
They
did that with
They
their.
can. It's called refabrication. It's
No,
great.
Chevy
You take the
already
engine
did that.
out and you refab
I
everything.
think it's called eco mode when they just turn the
Yeah,
cylinder
yeah,
off.
Chevy already did that. They just have eco mode where it just shuts off 2 cylinders.
Right,
Dodge
exactly.
does that too.
Yeah.
Except, you know, I don't want to do that because I don't want my cylinders to just get fucked when they're not being used.
Yeah,
Right,
that's
that's
what
my biggest problem with that stuff. Does it actually isolate it to only like 4 certain cylinders, and now you're wearing them twice as fast?
Oh, I
as
never
the
knew
rest
if
of the
my
motor?
I never know if eco mode's actually working in the fit.
Well,
It's just
yeah.
a button and you just press it. Sometimes it just sticks, so I don't know if it's actually.
It's the
working.
feel good button, like, oh yeah, I'm saving the environment.
Yeah, pretty fucking much. It really is.
Not in a Hyundai. You push
Nothing
eco mode in a
changes.
Hyundai and it turns to a Prius.
Yeah. Right. It's like a 2 separate tanks.
And then you
one's
put it-
E85 and one's regular.
And then you push the sport mode on the Hyundai and it turns into something with some hats.
Right.
And all it does is change my throttle response to 0 or 100.
Right. He goes, oh yeah,
I
we'll
don't
have the
think there's
scalability.
I haven't figured out if there's like a sport mode in that or not.
I don't think there would be.
There's just some there's slap shift, but that's it.
Yeah, I don't think they have actual
No.
sport modes and whatnot.
No.
Well,
That's not the point.
I guess it depends on
the point of it is
body.
to look cool.
Right.
Yeah.
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 I was telling my mom about what I was wanting to do with my car, and I told her that I just got coilovers for it. She goes, well, "What's that?" And I was like, "It lowers the." She's like, "Well," I was like, "I'm probably gonna end up raising it a little bit whenever we decide to go on our vacation from where I set it at. Probably raise it like half an inch."
You probably can go lower a half inch. Because you'd be scraping here in Illinois. And everywhere
Yeah,
else is
but
actually really
we're
nice.
we're going through Nashville,
I heard Nashville.
possibly South Carolina, Virginia Beach, Boston.
I heard Virginia roads are
Pennsylvania.
good.
So
Yeah, I mean,
All
when
those
I
are pretty
was
easy.
coming back from Florida, or whatever, like I went Georgia, close to around Nashville and stuff
Georgia.
like that. Coming back around, the only time I had problems because I had the 20-inch premium Camaro rims on the Caprice when I was driving it back. I had to do an emergency pit stop, whatever, because the roads got really bumpy and stuff over overpasses and whatnot, and the cringe of freaking tire rubbing on the inner wheel wells, and it wasn't the wheel wells, the fender itself it was rubbing on. So I was like, okay, we got to do something about it. Started making cuts in the tires and whatnot, and it was about I would say probably like 15 miles of away from the Tennessee border, going into Kentucky, going into Kentucky. That I actually had to pull over and start pulling it off because that was like the rust line basically starting right there.
Yeah.
It got really, really bad. I couldn't do it anymore.
Yeah.
So it was awful.
But yeah, no, she's asking me. She's like, well, why don't you get the whoop whoops? I said, well, talking about air, that's what she's calling it. I was like, well,
Just
Mom,
put a hole on
to make it go whoop whoop, it costs about $3,000 to $5,000. So I don't have that kind of money. So we're just settling on this.
Right.
She's like, so you're telling me whenever you want to raise it up or down, you gotta do all this stuff? I was like, yeah, but I'm setting it at a height and I'm leaving it
And
there.
it stays there. Yeah. There's no sag, no
whole point.
nothing. Yeah.
Well, it's not a whole lot to.
No, it's not. Not once you get the height to where you want it at. After that, it's not too much hard work. Because after that, it's
Man,
just,
you just loosen the collar
Yeah.
and with the wrench and then turn the strut.
yeah, it's
There
nothing.
you go.
It's nothing crazy after that. It's just-
Right.
Like my car.
It depends on how much you actually move it, because then your camber will start being
Yeah.
affected.
Yeah.
But
Like I had to get my car aligned after I did them. You'll have to do
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
that's fine.
You'll have to get
Absolutely.
alignment before you go on your trip.
That's fine.
Yep. I mean, yeah.
Once you get it set at whatever height.
When I get new springs for the Caprice, whatever, I'll have to do that too, because I'll be getting 4 different springs on that car with meat in it, and actually get a full adjustment, shock dampeners and stuff like that, or whatever.
I mean, that's what I have. I
Yeah.
have 2-way adjustable dampening and
Right.
Right.
So the shock itself is not the important part. It's the compression rate of the springs.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Especially in drag racing, like that's the
stiffer
big
springs.
thing
You're
that I
not
have to
gonna
worry
squat
about.
as much, and yeah.
Yep. It's the rebound off of it when it takes the hit.
My car is set to full squat in the rear. I have
Nice.
full grip in the rear.
Nice. I'm still impressed with the car's factory suspension as
The
is.
Infinity tuck spring when I floor it.
I wonder like the fact if you take a Caprice with the 6-liter consumer model, not the police issued ones, if they have the same rear suspension setup,
Or if it's beefed up.
because I
it's a
think
police
the
model.
pursuit vehicles are designed to obviously take off from a dead stop, whatever, to go catch something really, really fast.
So my
I wonder if they're naturally already built as a drag car, basically, is why
Softer
there's so
suspension
much
in the
good less. Yeah,
I would think so.
because
yeah.
my Crown Vic was the exact same way. It freaking does really, really well. Barely squats and stuff, and actually takes it. Not much horsepower to actually test that theory, but it doesn't take much for those rear ends to beef them up to actually take 1.4, 1.360
Well,
foot.
all my suspension on my car is beefed up. I have 8K springs on there now, which at factory I think was 6.
Right.
I thought about bumping it up to. I thought about getting the Swiss springs, switch or swap them out because they sell them on BC to stiffen up. I kind of want to stiffen up my front to 10.
What makes the biggest difference that nobody talks about is sway bars.
Mhm.
Sway bars play a huge
Yeah.
part in launching of cars.
I have a
and all.
stock rear and then I have a beefed up front.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I mean, it's amazing. Like even going double the thickness of a sway bar, or whatever, improves even cornering times of
It's
cars.
the same thing with drifting.
Mitigates roll.
Right.
In drifting, if you
Less bending of the
Yeah.
metal and all that good stuff.
in
yeah.
drifting, if you take off the front sway bar, you have less self steer.
Mm-hmm.
And if you put it on, you can adjust. Like mine's adjustable. I can change. It's got like 3 or 4 different positions. It can be tighter or looser.
Interesting. Very interesting. Because
Yeah.
drag racing, like, they don't really do much with the front sway bars, that at least that I've seen, that nobody at least talks about in general. They only talk about really the rear sway bar getting changed out
Well, you would
because
think
of
for-
the torque.
Yeah,
twist
you would
of
think
the
for
wheel.
drag racing they would want a looser front set, lazier
I
steering in
probably
the front.
laser, yeah.
So
Yeah.
you would probably want not a beefy sway bar on the front.
Right. Because you want it to lift up, but you don't want the tires in the air, so you gotta have that perfect combo.
Yeah,
for
and you
drag
don't want
racing.
your steering to be so.
Yeah, going down the freaking road, yeah.
Yeah, so you would want a looser setup in the front, but probably I would assume a tighter setup in the rear.
Oh yeah. definitely a tighter setup.
Which is kind of opposite for drifting. In drifting, you want the looser in the rear.
Because
brake
ideally,
traction.
like when the car takes off, whatever, and it goes into a spin, you want the suspension to be push itself down as it launches because everything's being transferred to the back.
Well, the way I have my car set up is my front suspension. I have the alignment set at 3.5 negative camber in the front, and then 2 in the rear. But when you're drifting, it's actually +1 because of the squat.
Right. Yeah. That's what I've been trying to get better at. What?
You guys done?
Maybe. We're
Okay.
talking about car
Alright.
stuff.
Anyway, on to my next topic because these two will go on for the next 20 minutes.
Talk about suspension. I love
No,
suspension.
that's fine. That's perfectly okay. So I brought up the idea of car bucket lists.
Car
So, like,
bucket
stuff
list.
you just want to do before you die.
Yeah, something you want to experience
Vehicle
in the car
related.
scene.
It's like for me, I really want to. I don't know why, but I saw it on TikTok. This guy in a fucking, I think a Cummins with like beefed up suspension, just like barreling through like desert Arizona or New Mexico, just like over streets and shit like that. I think that's dope as fuck. I want to do that at some point. Just go as fast as I can through.
So like the Baja 500.
Essentially, yeah.
So there was a popular
I'd wanna do
video
that
going
this
around
once.
with a Baja that was going through California, whatever, popping,
Hopping
roads,
roads,
hopping roads.
yeah, that
crazy.
shit. That
I've seen a guy do that for fun.
Illegal as hell, but it was cool as shit.
I want to do that at least one time. I
Right.
also want to go over 200 miles per hour at least once in a car.
Hey, well,
Yeah, that'd be kind
we
of
can
fun.
or you can have that experience of jumping something in a truck.
Steven, no. I know his idea. I've done that with you, in case you forgot. So has he. Not doing it
There's a
again.
video of me hitting that in my head. I have a video of me hitting my head because he did that.
You want to experience a jump in the truck? Come with me to Decatur. I know the perfect spot.
Oh no, there's one here in town.
You talking about that train track?
Huh? Yeah.
Fuck them train tracks.
Yeah. The train tracks outside of Decatur.
Well, there's one even
Right next to the highway.
halfway up the car like
Exactly.
Yeah. I was following a garbage truck on route, and I was like, "Why is this motherfucker slowing down so much?" And I was like going like 40, and then I saw the hill. I said, "Oh fuck, it's too late." So I took off, got like about 6 feet of air, landed, and about fucking rear-ended the fucking garbage truck.
Oof.
That was bad. I shit myself. I was
Those-
like, "Oh god, oh god!"
So you know the train tracks that are on Morse,
Mhm.
like when you're coming towards where it
Yep.
tees off. Before they fixed those, it's like that.
Oof.
It's like straight up and then
It just
straight
straight
down.
down.
There's like 7 of those just scattered along the highways of Decatur. It's great.
Oof.
Well, there's
That's great.
Camelback Bridge.
That's it.
Yeah, you can't really get enough. Well, you can't stop in time.
Bro, I jumped my 2500,
I've jumped my cars there.
But
I've
my-
jumped the work van
but
there.
my truck is 9,000 pounds
Yeah.
with a 5.7 in it.
It's 9,000 pounds.
So it was hard to pick up speed, and I still jumped it.
It's real hard to stop.
Yes.
No, not really.
When you're going 70,
You just gotta put your foot through the floor.
Yeah.
It'll be fine.
And like 3 miles of leeway. I mean,
yeah, you got a nice long run up, and then you got 2 blocks to stop.
nothing like a death wall before the ramp. Oh well. So what's your bucket list of cars, Steven?
Honestly, I didn't really think of any.
Mouse called you.
What I do?
You want a beer, Reg?
Oh, sure, yeah.
Oh, sure, yeah.
Hey, can you grab me a Mountain Dew, please?
What is your car bucket list of things?
What's one thing you want to
do?
experience that you've never done in the
Let's
car scene?
car scene, yeah.
Be a track or Baja or
I would like to.
anything.
I would like to go at least 200. It would be nice just to.
200
That's what I'm saying. I feel like going 200, everybody's got to do that at least once, because not too many people get a chance.
Yeah, everybody needs to do it at least once. Unless you're my dad, then you do
I mean,
it.
Because I think the
I've
fastest
gone.
I've ever gone was with 2 of you guys when we were coming back from Chicago.
I've definitely gotten close.
We were going at least 130 at one point.
Was that in the Hyundai?
No, in his Challenger. In the Scat Pack on our way back.
Oh, when we went
Getting
and bought
the
that
fucking
head.
Because he found another one. He's like, let's race. So we got just fucking took the fuck off.
Yeah.
He had another chance. What was it? Fucking
Was it a Mustang?
no. When we went to go, what were you going to get? Something to help them fucking tear apart the head. We're going to some fucking auto shop, and you were like, "Ooh, I want to see if he rates." I was like, "Well, fucking whip it around, Steven. Try and catch his ass." I forget what it was now.
The Audi R8.
Is it out? It was
Oh
already.
yeah, alright.
So I'm already up in Chicago, and Steven's like, "Ooh, I wonder if he'll race." I was like, "Fucking flip it around and try and catch his ass."
Yeah, I know I would lose to that, but it'd be fun.
I mean, if you,
Yeah,
yeah,
cool story.
yeah, that's pretty
Cool
cool.
story if we won though.
So going 200 miles an hour. That's it. That's your entire.
No, that's not the entire.
Oh,
but,
okay. What's another thing you want to do that's correlated on the bucket list?
I would like to ride in like a Baja style truck, like not necessarily just doing jumps, but just to ride.
Just
in a
riding
Baja
through the
truck.
desert type.
Yeah.
Well, you might get your
That'd be
fucking.
kinda cool.
You might get your fucking wish if Tally messages me back.
Oh my god. Not trusting you and no, we're not rallying
Because if I
in a
get
Tacoma.
if I get
We're
one,
not rallying in a Tacoma.
not stock.
We're not rallying in a Tacoma. It's not happening.
You never seen the
It's
Baja?
not a trophy truck. I don't give a fuck.
If you wreck, you go into Tacoma, okay?
Well, they build them in the trophy truck all the time. You act like I'm gonna do it stock. Fuck no, that suspension can't handle it. I'm not. The first thing I'm doing for that is wide body.
Pause.
And
Pause.
then
Pause. Pause. Do I need to bring up the amount of dumb shit you did in the Camry stock?
No. I did more in the Infinity stock.
Exactly. So you're gonna do just as much in a Tacoma stock. So what's
No.
the point?
I wouldn't try Baja.
You're like, get
shit.
the truck. I'm gonna see how much shit I can climb over,
Well,
and then we're gonna get stuck.
No, here's the thing. With the stock suspension on the Tacoma, yeah, I'm probably gonna go over curbs and stuff like that slowly, not fast, because
he's fucking
He's
lying.
probably gonna put the fake beatbox
You know
on
he.
it, too.
You
No.
know he's lying.
real bead block.
Full of shit.
No, a matter of fact, you know what I found? I found I can buy fucking TE37s that'll fit on a Tacoma.
Nice.
So you know what I'm gonna do? Fox suspension.
Slam it.
Wide body.
Slam it.
No, it's 4-wheel drive. though.
Slam it.
If I bought a 2-wheel drive one,
Slam
I'd
it.
slam it.
Then buy a
They
two-wheel.
slam all-wheel drives all day long.
Slam
it's
that
fine.
shit.
Okay, wait. You're talking about a Baja truck, right? Why the fuck would you slam it?
I wouldn't.
I'm just saying it'd be cool.
It
I
would,
just
it
think-
would
I
slam
just
itself
think
every
it'd be
time
cool.
the suspension depresses.
I think it'd be cool to see a slam.
Yeah, I want
Tacoma
at
on
least 9
TV.
inches of travel.
Right, at least.
That'd be some really
I'm buying.
hard suspension.
No, it'd be really soft suspension. When I floor it, it would just squat so much. You ever
Only,
seen their?
only 9 inches though.
But I want at least 9
Don't
inches
say
of travel.
only. 9 inches is a lot. To some
You
people.
might want to.
Yeah, 9 inches is a long way.
It's a lot. 9 inches is a lot, contrary to popular belief.
Well, it gets the job
And
done.
so is 3. So
3's only works if you're going fast, so you don't feel the bumps.
feel the bumps.
Are we
The fuck are you doing?
Are we still talking about suspension?
I thought we were still talking about suspension.
What are you doing over
What are you
there?
talking?
Talking about feeling
I need,
bumps.
to, I need to open this beer.
The fuck are you talking about over there? I'm talking
I
about.
don't know. I was saying 9 inches is a lot, so it was 3 inches.
They're not love. They're not cake or swords.
Well,
they're
most of
lovers.
your. All right, Chris. That's where you're going with this. I'm still trying to talk about suspension.
Stop. We're done.
Anyway,
Your turn.
James, what's your bucket list for car stuff?
To build a Baja Tacoma.
No.
God damn it. Yeah, you're done.
No, that-
Yeah, you're done.
Well, I
You're
mean, obviously, I do want a Baja truck at some point. That'd be fun as fuck.
Yeah.
Just to be able to fuck around with it. Or like, I'd put a hydro in it just so I can do donuts and shit.
Why does it always come back to
It-
move going sideways?
Hey, it's his bucket list. He can do whatever
But,
he
like-
wants with it.
That'd be fun. But, and like the 200 mile an hour thing, it'd be, I've gotten pretty close.
I've gotten pretty close too.
Yeah, I'm sure you're dead.
What's the top speed that you've had in your UG? Whether it's the black
Which one?
black
76
one or
miles?
The
No.
black one, 147 is where it stopped at. The speedometer said 160, but it only went to like
I'm gonna say
147.
a lot of a lot of the speedometers are not going to be correct because
They're
after
usually
a
about
certain
20. They're
point,
usually
gonna
about
be
20 off.
Yeah.
They're usually about 20.
Because the speedometer doesn't take into effect
Resistance.
wind drag. Yeah. Yep.
So it's like 147 is what that would go.
Right.
The blue one, I've only had it to 138, but I'm pretty sure it'd go faster than the black one would.
You took that thing on 138 miles per hour with the welded diff or no?
No,
Okay.
Yeah.
it was a brand new clutch.
That's sketchy. I would not want to go over 100 miles an
No,
hour.
it was
with the
with,
welded diff.
it was with a brand new clutch in it though.
No, thank you.
I've probably done at
Hey, clutch
least
is only-
160, 170 on the bike.
I
I forgot
Yeah,
about
on the
that.
bike.
okay,
Which
so
I think is more
my
of a
dad-
thrill than in a car.
Oh, yeah.
So-
but, yeah.
the guy who used to have the black R35 GTR here in town, my dad knew him, and he took me. I got to go for a ride in that, and we hit like, I want to say it was like 165, 170 on the interstate in that.
I mean,
That's the fastest. I've
Honestly,
gone.
anything after like 150, it all kind of just like seems the same, whatever. Just the wind just is louder. That's a really
Honestly, yeah, the car just shakes more.
yeah. I mean, yeah.
Well, it was a
I don't know about the car experience. In the bike experience, whatever. There's so much that's
Yeah.
happening, or whatever. Once you get past a certain speed,
well.
it feels
Yeah.
the exact same.
The GTR is a boat, so
Right.
like once you get to that speed, it's like
It's pretty much an aerodynamic brick.
Right.
yeah.
For my bucket list, whatever, I've already done one of them, which is Beyond Drag Week. So
I didn't even
that
say
was.
mine.
Oh,
You
you
just
you
I
kept
was
going through
answering
the
it.
suspension.
Then fucking use that pea brain and fucking focus! God damn it!
He asked me how fast I went.
This is what happens when you guys lose the brain cell.
We didn't lose it.
Then what happened to it?
You got it.
Oh, sorry, I had it in my back pocket. There you go.
I think Chris. I think Steven's the one with it right now.
Anyway, what's something else on your list?
All right, on my bucket list, I want to go for a ride with like a professional rally driver on a rally stage.
I was about to say
That
too.
rally, yeah.
I was gonna say
Yeah.
that too.
I don't feel comfortable enough to drive that fast on there, but I want to go ride with
Yeah.
one.
Yeah. I had a close enough experience with that with the rally of 10,000 Lakes with my buddy. He was the one driving, but they took us through back roads and stuff, and
Like to show you the
obviously
course
didn't
and
go
everything.
quite the speed limits through Salem through backwoods of northern Wisconsin, Minnesota area, and it is a cool experience in general.
Yeah,
just
I've never
seeing
done
stuff
that.
like
I've went off roading in Jeeps and trucks and
Yep.
stuff,
Because I was
but I've never done
literally
like a rally stage.
I literally we didn't have like a full on rally stage like here's every little step whatever, but I had my GPS on me, and I was looking on Google Maps whenever I had service. Basically, it was like, all right, in about probably quarter mile, it's gonna do this and this whatever. Like it's a cool experience even being just a passenger navigating.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
very very cool. But
Yeah, if I
I
was
don't
gonna
think I'd want to navigate either. Because,
Really?
Like,
Not even
well,
with
the thing is that like I feel like my dumb ass would fuck up. And
I have full faith in Mouse to be my navigator.
I understand that, but like, I got a speech impediment, so
He's gonna be over here. I'm gonna have to slam on the brakes and stop. I'm gonna have to slam on the brakes
kill
and stop.
everybody.
I'll have to stop in the middle of the course. Mouse,
What
play.
car number 374, we got James, as the driver, and Cindy Sam in the passenger seat.
I'll sit in the back.
I'm the dumbest one.
I'll sit in the back. I'll sit on top of the car.
Is that all you got? Just
Yeah,
those?
that's what it was.
So my bucket list is kind of that same thing. I want to do a full blown rally. I want it in a trophy truck rally though, like in the desert scenes, whatever type deal. Same dude.
So like the 24 hours of Baja or some shit.
Yeah, the 24 hours of Baja is what I want. Yeah, I want to be part of that. I've already done one of my bucket lists, which is Beyond Drag Week. So the next bucket list that I want to do is Colorado Race Week or Sick Week. I'm cool with either one of those. But Colorado Race Week is for the scenery of it. That's what I want to go up and down.
That's
the
probably
mountains
more
and stuff
obtainable
like
right
that.
now,
Oh
too.
yeah, absolutely.
It's cheaper.
So it's got
You ever
Colorado.
been
So
in Colorado? Like up in
that's one
Beautiful.
state I want to be go visit. Is
my
there.
God.
So
If you've never
that's
visited
why
Colorado,
it's a bucket list is to go to Colorado Race Week.
if you've never gone to Denver, Colorado, I highly suggest it.
I want to go.
We live just
Can we
outside.
reenact Dumb and Dumber?
We
I'm down.
I'll get the scooter.
I'm down.
So we lived just outside of Denver when I was younger, because that's where my stepbrother's from. That's where he was at.
That's pretty cool.
And I don't know what we were doing, but we were doing something in Denver at one point, and I think my stepdad was just like, "I want to go see the mountains." And my mom was like, "Sure." So we just took all 4 of us just took a trip, and we just drove up to the mountains in Denver. It's fucking.
That's
beautiful.
pretty cool.
It
Yeah,
sucks.
I wanna go to Boulder, which is just outside.
Being up, I will say, being up in that elevation, dude,
Hard to breathe.
sucks ass.
Oh yeah, because less
Ass.
oxygen. Less oxygen.
Ass.
But
Well, the guys that
See,
do
now,
that.
now you guys are making me want to go there now.
Well, the guys
You're
that
not
do
gonna
the.
die from it.
no.
The guys
I
that do
can
the.
Why do they call it a valley to death?
Yeah, the guys that do Pikes Peak, they actually have the tanks that pump oxygen
Oh,
into
yeah.
the car.
Yeah.
I believe it.
Yep, I believe it. Yeah.
Yeah, they have to pump, like, they have to wear, like, a mask and everything.
Yeah. So I think that's pretty much what I want to do is, car related is, racing scene wise, that's probably what I want to do.
That's another thing I want to do. I want to do I don't want to do the Pikes Peak. I want to drive that road.
Or Tail of the Dragon. That's another. It's a starter.
I want
guess,
to drive
but-
Tail of the Dragon. It's became so popular in traffic
Right.
and everything. You wouldn't have. I mean, it'd be fun to look, but like you wouldn't have fun driving it.
I wouldn't take my show car down that road. I just want to go just to go. So.
If there was no traffic and no cops.
Well,
Right.
there's other roads out there. People are like starting to branch off and go down the other roads that are out there because everybody wants to do the Tail of the Dragon, but there's other ones that are still cool as fuck
Oh
out
yeah,
there.
absolutely.
Also, Idaho is beautiful too.
See, I never knew
You're
that
the hub?
at all. So
So I had my recovery
Well,
training out in Idaho.
we're hitting about an hour, so we should probably wrap up this podcast. So
You got anything else we need to talk about real quick?
I
think we covered everything.
no.
The Mr. Beast thing. I'll cover that real quick. Just
Yeah,
that.
we'll say that for the next podcast. So
Okay. Tune in next time to figure out what
Yep,
the fuck
so-
I'm gonna say.
this is episode 26. We're almost to
We've been
30.
doing this for 26 weeks. Well,
Yes,
no, we've been doing this longer.
longer than that because we skipped 1 or 2 in between there. But yes,
Yeah.
26 episodes for today. So
Yeah, we are.
like, comment, subscribe down at the bottom. Hit up our social medias and all that good stuff.
Go check us out on Spotify. If you
We're-
do check us out on Spotify, leave a fucking review because apparently reviews are how you get pushed on Spotify. Found that
Really
out.
interesting. So.
Apparently, you get good. The more good reviews you get, the more
Yep.
they push your content.
And I'm working on getting new intro stuff put together, so I'm very meticulous in how it all looks and stuff. So I'm trying to take my time and learn on that process.
also-
so intro videos are in the works, but I'm still working on it. So we have
Also,
enough content now.
Be on the lookout for shorter videos that will be
Yep.
coming out because we still have that one that we filmed.
Yeah, we have a few of them that we pulled out. I'd like, obviously I want to get with you guys, whatever, because what I think is funny for a short may not actually be funny, whatever. So I want to be able to put out content that's going to be, grabbing the most attention. So I think it should be a collateral, event type thing with all of us.
I'm down.
Hey, I like this one, I like that one, whatever, and actually get stuff,
Just go and pull like separate little.
I mean, obviously my dad jokes are going to be in them.
Pretty much, Chris.
Exactly.
Chris, when we're pulling that, all we gotta look for is that everybody's laughing their ass off, and then pull
Right.
the 5 or 10 seconds.
Yep. So
before
I just have to go back through all 26 hours now that we have, whatever, and tag 30 seconds here, 30 seconds there, basically. So.
that shit is crazy.
Yeah.
26 hours.
26
I spent 26
Well, it's
hours.
more than that. That's just the edited stuff I put on YouTube.
Yeah,
That's
there was
not
that
the
one
stuff I
that
had
we
to cut
filmed.
out,
What,
so-
like 3 or 4 hours?
Yeah, there was one episode we
What?
did a 4-hour podcast, and I
When
couldn't
did we
release
do
an hour and a
that?
half.
Was
That
that
was the
here?
Christmas one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So
but Adam
like,
kept
comment,
saying
subscribe
shit.
down at the
Adam
bottom.
kept on saying stuff that was non-PC.
Yeah,
so.
yeah, it's exactly. So
And we care about you guys.
yeah, exactly.
It's 2023.
So
As long as you don't, I don't care what you do as long as it doesn't go in my butt.
I care what you
don't be up your ass about it.
Yeah.
do. I do not condone any illegal acts.
I didn't
Anyway,
know where you were going with that.
whatever. So, but yeah, this is the end of the podcast. Whatnot. Catch us in the next episode. We'll see you later.
Swallow.
Hammer. See you guys.
Oh man.
I already swallowed, so I was like.